Manchester United lineup versus Crystal Palace has been confirmed, and it has been outed out at the Manchester United website. And this is the United Social Television. Subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do out on a daily here. Guys, you remember I had my lineup here and I was kind of right. I made the predicted lineup, and there are certain players that I'm surprised that are into the lineup and those that are out. Please, the United Social Television subscribers, I'm Rokani. Subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do air out on the daily. I'm repeating this because I need you guys to subscribe before I show you the Manchester United lineup of their first game when they are taking on Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. This is how United is standing, and they're having Anton Massey. Sorry. The Manchester United starting lineup is, as you see it there. They're having David De Gea in goal. Fosu Mensah, I'm surprised. I don't know what's wrong with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because during the press conference, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told us that Aaron Wan-Bissaka was okay, but Fosu Mensah starts up on the right back. Luke Shaw on the left back, we expected that. Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire partnering in the central defense. Another surprise is Scott McTominay. I never thought Scott McTominay is going to make it to this lineup. I thought Fred was going to play with Paul Pogba in the midfield, but this time round, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought in Scott McTominay. Remember, Scott McTominay had a very horrible game in that last game United played Crystal Palace in the midfield, and he was brought off, and Nemanja Matic was brought in, and United won 2-0 courtesy of Marcus Rashford and Anton Martial's winner in the 80th plus minutes. So in the midfield, Scott McTominay is playing with Paul Pogba. I'm not so surprised, but I never saw this coming, but I'm not so surprised because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fancies the Scottish a lot, and that is Scott McTominay. He is fancied by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a lot in that role, and he sees him as the next defensive midfielder of Manchester United. And he told him that I want you to be mentored by Nemanja Matic. I want you to borrow some skills from him. So we go into Daniel James sitting in for Mason Greenwood. Remember, in my predicted lineup, I came out and said that Greenwood is not going to start for Manchester United because of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said in the press conference, that he needed a rest. And for that, you noted, for the first 10 games in the Premier League, Greenwood is going to be coming off the bench and Daniel James will be coming in, but Greenwood will be coming in especially if at all Manchester United is lacking creativity or is looking for a goal. But each and every time you see United in the comfortable league, don't expect Greenwood to come in, because the manager wants him to get some nice rest and recover well so that he comes in when the club needs him. And this will show you that Manchester United is not looking at Greenwood as that person to play on the right hand side. That shows you that they really want Jadon Sancho, and Solskjaer really want to see this player at Manchester United to be deputized by Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes, that's obvious, shirt 18, Manchester United player of the year voted by the fans, although he played half a season, but he was voted. Nothing to complain on him. We expected him to play in that position, plus Rashford playing off the left and Anton Martial leading the line for Manchester United. That's the starting 11 for Manchester United as they take on Crystal Palace. You have the right to go in the comment section and tell us what you think about this lineup that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought in of Manchester United as they take on Crystal Palace. Look at the team. It's in a 4-2-3-1 system. When we go to the bench, Manchester United has Henderson, a newly signed goalkeeper from loan from Sheffield. He was given a 5-year contract. He is earning close to £120,000 a week, one of the most expensive paid goalkeepers in the world, yet he is a second choice at a club. We have Eric Bailly, we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we have Freddie, we have Van de Beek, we have Greenwood and Igalo. I think the bench of Manchester United is looking good. This is what we want at Manchester United. Look at the bench. Now, when you look, if at all the game is not going the way how Manchester United wants, you'll see that James will get off for Greenwood. We can get Scott McTominay off and bring on Van Beek, or bring on Freddie, or get off Pogba and bring in Van der Beek. You get? We can get off Fosu Mensah and bring in Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Look at how the team is looking, the bench. Now just imagine if at all United gets Alex Telles, it gets Jadon Sancho. You will see that we have a variety on the bench, and this is the United that we all want, that we want to see win the game. John says, hi Rokani, who do you think will be the man of the match? I'm fancying for two players. I go for Bruno Fernandes and Anton Martial, because they're a class apart. They're a class apart. And you see, Rashford is not, I always say this, that when you look at Bruno Fernandes and Anton Martial, their football intelligence is way above that of Marcus Rashford. That's why you see when Pogba, Bruno Fernandes and Anton Martial are interchanging passes, you'll see the what they call football intelligence, the 1-2s, the long balls. You see the communication, how they pass to one another. Though Rashford is coming in to adapt to the system of Anton Martial, Bruno Fernandes and Pogba, but he still needs to work a lot to see to it that he wins, he goes to that level. And it's going to be very hard for Marcus Rashford to win player of the month in this, or player or man of the match in these games that we are going into, because there is a partnership between Anton Martial and Bruno Fernandes that is unbreakable. Remember, even Bruno Fernandes took it on Instagram and said that today you scored with my assist and that's why you are smiling. He was talking about Anton Martial. They are friends in training, and Bruno Fernandes again tweeted and said, Anton Martial cannot smile without me. Do you know what that means? It means a lot. It really calls for a lot. And John, I think Bruno Fernandes and Anton Martial, one of them is going to be the man of the match. They are going to take off, they are going to tear apart Crystal Palace, trust me or not. Unless Rashford comes in with those goals, but I see Anton Martial and Bruno Fernandes taking, one of them will be the man of the match. I see. John, for yourself, who do you think is going to be the man of the match on your side? For me, I think Anton Martial or Bruno Fernandes. And maybe Marcus Rashford, but I doubt. I saw how Anton Martial played against France, the two France games. The one that he came on versus Sweden, they got a penalty, and remember the one who fouled him was Victor Lindelof, and he got a penalty. So in the second game, he came in with close to, he was involved in almost all the goals that France scored. So I think Anton Martial is sharp, and Bruno Fernandes looked good while playing for Portugal, and I think he's going to start from where he ended the season. And I think those two players, as the results came in from the fans as they voted for the United Player of the Year, Bruno Fernandes got 35.5% and Anton Martial got 34% from the fans, and I think the race is in between them for the player of the month and the player of the season of Manchester United. And trust me, those two will have to make it on the player of the Premier League. I'm predicting this as the season begins. You guys will remind me, when the season ends, the top 5 players in the Premier League, there has to be Anton Martial and Bruno Fernandes. They have to be in that bracket. Trust me, and I'm sure on that, because their quality is nowhere in the Premier League. They're just different players. There is no team in the Premier League that Anton Martial and Bruno Fernandes don't start. They start because they are just wonderful. That's the breaking news we had here. Manchester United lineup versus Crystal Palace. As you see it there, we see players start on the bench like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We expected him to start, but he didn't start. We expected Freddie to start, but Scott McTominay came in for the player. You can go in the comment section and tell me what you think. What do you think about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's choice of the players against Crystal Palace? Do you think it's a gimmick to show the team or the board that Manchester United lacks depth of players by not starting the likes of Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Or do you think it's all about the training? Because for we as the analysts or the people who do the news of sports, we are not there in the training grounds. That's the problem. You get? So, but when they're in training, the coach sees who is on form, and that's why you see very many players start, and you wonder, asking yourself, why has that player started and the person who plays that usual place is seated down? But that all comes out from the training, and the coach comes out with the list. Remember, they do statistics during the training sessions. They note down that this player has run such a distance, he has done such and such crosses, and they average. So the player with the most rating comes in. But Fonsu Mensah, I like him as a player ever since he came in when United, in 2016, when United had a coach by the names of Van Gaal. Van Gaal had trusted him, but remember, he got injured in that game of Tottenham Hotspur, and when he got out, Tottenham came and scored 2 goals, and they won that game at Old Trafford. So that's the news we had. It's the starting 11 of Manchester United. It's out, and in the next 30 minutes, the game is going to be on Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. I want to see you guys in the comment section telling me what you think the result is going to be for Manchester United. The first game is on. It's giving us a nice picture. Transfers are still coming in. United have agreed personal terms with Alex Telles of FC Porto. Let's see more signings coming in. Manchester United, you are the club, go win this game, but these likes of Winfred Zaha, we want the 3 points at Manchester United. We want to see United win today and win the first 10 games as we wait for some other signings to come in. I'm Rokani, I'm out for now. See you later.